Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of a prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do the same, my email's in the description box below, okay? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is FedNow. And this is I was sent a picture of the service fee, the 2023 service fee, and FedNow is going to be rolling out July 1st, okay, 2023. And I don't trust it, okay, it's just me. It is Hinky and Hinkyville. It is linked to CBDC UBI. Now, you're probably asking yourself, if you're new here, you haven't, or you're not sure of what FedNow is. This is how they describe FedNow, okay? FedNow is a service that allows instant payments, kind of like Cash App, okay? Provided through the Federal Reserve. And like I said, it's launching in July of this year. And FedNow will be available to depository institutions like banks, credit unions, all right? And it will enable individuals and businesses to send instant payments through their depository institution accounts, all right? Now, what I'm going to put up for you is the service fee schedule. And it's the service product, the billing code, and the fee. And the fees range anywhere from 1 cent and they go up to $25 a month, okay? And it's the participation fee is $25 a month. It's a little high, if you ask me, So here is the fee schedule for you, okay? So here is a email that came in from a community member, and she said, I just watched your video on ingredients, and the ingredient carginin is a bad thing. Yes, I know. She said, I learned about it from watching a Jackson Galaxy video on cat food. It's a carcinogen. I have since checked out my food for my cats and eliminated any of the food that has the carginin in it. I have had cats get IBD, chronic pancreatitis, and now I wonder if this played a part. Some have had digestive disorders. Quite a few of my cats have digestive disorders too, but they were born that way. And so they are on special food, dry food. Very rarely do I ever give them wet cat food. And they were suspected of being cancer, but I opted no exploratory surgery and treated symptomatically. I found it in some human foods. Reading labels is necessary on everything. I know. It's so sad, isn't it? I found it in some dairy products. Grossed me out to think I was consuming this and did not know about its risks. Well, now I know better, so I can do better. Now, not give my cats, who I love with all my heart, or to consume it myself. Thank you for the video. Well, absolutely. See, this is why I do videos like that, and sometimes, like with the one that I did yesterday with the chocolate, it wasn't, to be like Debbie Downer or anything, but it's just something that, I think we should all be aware of, And a lot of you were saying, oh, it's going to be the death of me, death by chocolate. Well, I feel the same way. Trust me. So here is a email with some pictures, and she said, I'm about to pull my hair out. You too, huh? She said, I finally got my seeds in the ground, went to bed last night, got up this morning, and the squirrels have dug every single tomato plant up. I've used apple cider vinegar, white pepper, black pepper, pepper flakes, coffee grounds, aluminum foil, nylon stockings with doggy hair in it, and I cannot seem to keep the damn squirrels away. They also chewed a hole in my screen door on my porch. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh, Lord. Oh, all your hard work. Oh, wow. All right. Here's the pictures. I'm so sorry. I'll have to think about what did I do to keep those dang squirrels out. Have you tried Well, obviously they don't care about screens, because I was going to say netting, But they ate right through your screen, so that doesn't really matter now, does it? Oh boy. Let me try and think, and I'll get back to you on that, okay? Plant peppermint and marigolds, okay, in with your around your tomato plants. Yeah, peppermint and marigold, and peppermint will also keep spiders away too. So yeah. So here is another email from a community member, and she said, "The Goodwill here." Oh, okay. We're going back. We're going to the Goodwill video. Yeah, yeah. Goodwill here is awful. And she said, and the rest of them sells all good stuff on their online store. Your Goodwill has an online store? Wow. They even have specialty boutique stores. Nice. The store in my city, at least, employees do screw up even enough where I go back there. And the most recent, it's worth $50 online. Collectors, Barnes & Noble hardback bound leather Grey's Anatomy book with silver on all three sides for $3. All right. I was very shocked to get that book. Yeah, no kidding. They normally ship these to their online stores. Have been blessed to get some very high-end stuff from them. It depends on who's working there. Yes, they sell lots of Dollar Tree stuff for lots of money and overpriced TJ Maxx and Marshall and Ross stuff all the time, especially artificial plants. Oh. Dishes and artificial plants, they are really smoking something there. Have gotten blessed once to get a high-end large Boston fern, retails for $200, new online, paid $15. Normally that goes for $40 or more. I wanted to share. Well, thank you for sharing. I needed that laugh. So here's another email from a community member. She said, I do believe that they will make a decision in the very last minute. Oh, this is about the debt ceiling. Okay. She said, latest I've read was that the president allegedly said this country will not default. Things will hash out until the last. Still unnerving as hell. It's enough to scare me enough to no longer spend on unnecessary stuff, just necessities only. Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same way that you do. I don't feel that anyone should be spending any unnecessary monies on anything that's not, I mean, if you need it to live, then yeah, okay. But other than that, no, put it back. That's just how I feel. And she also said, put back as much as possible. Yeah, I agree with you. And she said, in case there's something to happen or decrease in pay, yeah, that's what scares the heck out of me right there, is with the debt ceiling. My husband's pay will be affected by that. And she said, Saul, about the trucker situation in your state. Yep. Thanks for that info. I don't mind immigration if it's legal only. Yeah. See, I had my thing with reporting on that because I knew that I was going to get attacked on that. But see, what a lot of people don't understand is that I come from a family of immigrants. I do. And actually, me and my cousin Tracy are the first ones of our family to actually be born in this country. So, when I report on things like that, a lot of people, they don't really know me, like a lot of my community members who have known me for 3 years, that were with me with my original channel before it got taken down, and a lot of them know that, yeah, I come from a family of immigrants, and I have a very hard time speaking on things like that, because it affects me, and even though my family came here the way that they did from Sicily, and that's just the way that they did, and like when my grandfather, when he was a teenager and he came here, they gave him the option of going into the army to serve this country in order to prove that he wanted to be an American. That's it. So and then my mom, because my grandfather was in the army, and my grandmother, he met her because she was an army nurse. My mother, my aunt, my uncle, they weren't even born here. They were born on army bases in other countries. So me and my cousin Tracy were the first ones to be born here in this country. So, so when I have to speak on stuff like that, it's kind of like, it kind of gets to me. You know what I mean? But if they're coming here, illegally, then, please do the right thing. That's all I ask, like my family did. Please do the right thing, So she goes on to say, it's not fair. Thanks to debt issues, this country has to bring in them, give hotels, gyms money, and what have you instantly. Right. Because like when my family came here, we weren't given anything, and I'm going by what my grandparents told me. They weren't given anything, And she said, while neglecting your own, from homeless, mental health, threatening our Social Security. That's why I'm asking, what's so special? Hope you have enough for a long while. Yeah, it looks like it's getting bad down there. Well, like I said, I'm not seeing it here in the Tampa Bay area yet, and I stress yet. I'll have to call over to my mom over in Orlando and see what she's seeing, So, and then I'll let you guys know. So here is a email from a community member, and she said, I was just at 2 major museums with my family. At both, there were people that stop you and pose you for a photo. I hate that. She said, I always found this annoying, trying to sell you an expensive photo that is invariably awful. Yeah, because they always get you at them. This time I questioned why they wanted our photo. They were so quick to pounce, like they were security or something. I did the photos not thinking and conditioned to this for years. Next time I plan to just refuse and see what happens. I guess they will have 1 million cameras anyway and know who you were and they're with, but in any way it just seems wrong. Yeah, it's just strange too, don't they do that at Disney too? And other amusement parks, they're like, hey, take a picture of that. And you're like, nah, it's one of those. I think I remember that happening to us quite a few times. And I'm like, no, I don't want my picture taken. Get the hell out of here. I'm all sweaty and gross. And you want to take a picture of me? Get out of here, Yeah. But at the time, I wasn't in that frame of mind, I mean, I had little kids running around me. I'm just thinking about, get the children, But anyway, so here's another email from a community member, and she said, my oldest border collie is on 50 mg of Proin to help her incontinence. The price at the vet for 30 tablets today cost me $50. Last month it was $40. At this rate, I'm looking at close to $100 by the end of the year. I fear for many people may give up their pets due to the rising drug and food prices, although I can at least hoard the dog food at today's prices. Can't do that with their meds. So sad. Yeah, I know. I agree. I have, that's a fear of mine, because a lot of my pets are, they're special needs. And, if it comes down to it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take care of them, because they can't take care of themselves, and they're like my children, so, I'll go without so they can have, just like my grandchildren. I'll go without so they can have, just like my niece and nephew. I will go without so they can have. But that's just how I am. That's me, so, but I don't know if other people think the same way that I do, So here's another email with some pictures. And she said, "Hi, just saw your video that you mentioned about chicken nuggets and not wanting to purchase any more for the kids. I have this cookbook and decided to see if there's a recipe for them, and this is the closest I can find. You can cut up tenders or any chicken meat for that matter and add your own spices, etc. I'm showing a picture of the cookbook. They have a website called diningonadime.com. I look at their videos. Do not always agree with what they say, but their hearts seem to be helping people. We can all agree to disagree on some things. This would be a boring world if we were all the same. We need some sanity through this world. They do sales from time to time on their cookbook and have free ebook stuff too. The cookbooks have a lot more recipes than they have all sorts of tips on saving money." Okay, thank you. I could use that thing for the chicken nuggets too, because I hate buying chicken nuggets for my grandkids. I hate it. And before I go, I leave you with this video. But please understand, his language is very colorful. Okay? Very colorful. Yeah. But he thinks along the same lines that we do. And I agree with everything that he said. All right. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.
All right, guys, you know how I like to make videos. When a subject comes out that I think might be interesting, I like to wait a little bit. Get a whole lot of facts on the fucking issue before I make a video on my opinion. I like to wait for several news outlets to report what they think, then I draw my own conclusion. But since that hadn't happened yet, I decided I'd give you my opinion on what I think is going on anyway. Because good fucking luck finding anything about what I'm about to tell you. If you are completely clueless as to what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and talk about the Declaration of North America. As you can see, I pulled this from the White House's fucking website. So you know I'm not repeating something I read in the news. If you were to search this particular subject, you'll find two things come up first. That's the White House's official statement and then the fucking Wikipedia page for the North American Union. If you're unfamiliar with the North American Union, it has been a very popular conspiracy theory and the subject of many science fiction novels over the years. It is about the United States, Canada, and Mexico doing the same thing that Europe did to form the European Union. Notice too at the top there, it says governments from all three nations say there's no plans to create a North American Union. You know what the fucking problem is? The thing I just showed you on the White House's website. You know, the fact that they fucking did it in January. Basically saying that we, the United States that we know and love, would just be part of a greater union of Mexico, Canada, and the US. Oh, you want to know what happens next? Don't worry, I can tell you, because I've read a lot of fucking Orwell. If we're forming the North American Union the same way that the European Union was formed, we have to do some things. Like create a currency that all three nations will use. You know, kind of like Europe did with the euro. The only question is, how far are they going to plagiarize Orwell's work? Because if they want to plagiarize the whole fucking thing, they could just call it the Amero. Yeah, that fucking thought's been around for a long time. But how would we implement this new form of currency? I don't know, I think I read something about that. Oh yeah, centralized digital banking. You know, like the FedNow program everybody called me a wacko for questioning. And that's probably why Biden's been harping so much on gun control lately. Not kidding, like literally every fucking day on Twitter. Probably because as they implement these changes, we will not be able to fight back against it. They keep putting the puzzle pieces out there, I keep putting them together, but nobody fucking listens to me, do they? Now we've got the North American Union and the European Union. It's not that far of a stretch to think that us, the Allied forces, would become the Transcontinental Union. A stepping stone to something else nobody believes will happen because they've put it in so many science fiction novels it's now just conspiracy theory. Yeah, I'm talking about the New World Order. You know, one government, one people type shit. Why is this not scaring the shit out of everybody? Oh yeah, because I had to fucking search for this. When I say nobody in the mainstream media is reporting this, fucking nobody in the mainstream media is reporting this. I am led to believe that this video is probably going to be one of the only ones reporting on it. Well, me, alternative press, and that one chick from YouTube. Only a matter of time before George Orwell's nonfiction. But I'm definitely getting further into this week on One Nation Under Fire. So go subscribe to my Patreon so you don't miss it.